So, good morning, students. So, let us start with the new topic management as a profession. So, by the word profession, we can relate that the one who has a proper knowledge, who is a proper specialized in a particular field, who has the proper experience, or who have a proper knowledge and they are innovative in their field and they know whatever they need to do. Okay, so by this proper qualification, one can be professionals. For example, the doctor, the advocate, the teacher, or the lawyer, or the sorry, lawyer and advocate are the same only. So the CA, etc. They have a proper knowledge about their field and they can just perform their task as per they whatever they have understood in their courses. Okay, so as far as the business concerned, so the management can be profession. What do you say? Yes, management is a profession because for to be a proper manager of a certain business, one had to get the proper qualification, such as your MBA degree or a proper mastery in some of the courses. Okay, so that he can know it well that how to manage, when to manage, who are the people they are to be managed, the or managing the production house, how to run the business. All these are included in the courses, in the various mastery courses, for after which they can become a proper management. So management is a profession. So some of the following characteristics are there in the profession. So they have a proper well defined body of knowledge. So without the proper knowledge of whatever they are performing, a manager or a professional cannot be a proper good profession, good in a profession. Then point number 2 comes your restricted entry. For this, see, if anyone have to become a proper professional or be in a good profession, there should be a restricted entry. For example, there should be a proper entrance or the proper examinations, the qualifying exams. So after that only he or she can become a proper professional. For example, to become a CA in India, a candidate has to clear the specific examinations conducted by the ICAI. Okay, so to be a computer professional, one have to go with the MCA or the BCA courses or the MSc IT, etc. Then comes your professional association. For becoming a professional, one have to get the proper degree from a certain authorized, government authorized, or the authority should have to give them the proper degree that yes, you have completed our courses and hence you have been a professional in your profession. Okay, so for example, we the teachers, by profession we are teachers and hence we have completed our degree of masters in commerce. Okay, with having a proper professional degree of bachelor in education known as the B.Ed. Okay, so we have both our mastery in our subject and we have the both bachelor degree in our education, that means how to deal with the students with the syllabus. Okay, then comes your service motive. See, so each of the professional, their main motive is to serve the society with a proper fees, or they may go with the non-economic activity, but they have to be properly service motive people. Okay, so management does not meet the exact criteria of the profession. However, some of the features are over the world. See, the management is a discipline where the various knowledges are being taught by the colleges or the institutes, so that managers can know that how to deal with the whole thing. Okay, because after all he have to be the own leader of his department. Then comes that there is no restriction of being appointed as a manager. Anyone can be called as a manager. Yes, for a sole proprietorship business or a joint Hindu family big business, anyone can be a manager with a simple HS degree or having a no degree of only, because earlier also, in the few decades back, the managers, they didn't had the proper professional degree, so they used to be a good managers, isn't it? So it is not only necessary in every situation that the managers have to be proper knowledgeable. Okay, then comes your the third point. There are several associations like All India Management Association that has given the proper code of conduct that yes, you can be a manager with the certain activities, but this, however, there is no compulsion that every manager have to get that degree, have to get that code of conduct from that AIMA and all. So he or she can be a good manager with with his or her proper thinking, imagination, then innovativeness, creativeness, experimentation, etc., etc. Okay. Now comes to the next point. The basic purpose of management is to help the organization and to achieve its stated goal. This may be your profit maximization for the business enterprise and the service for the hospital. Actually, see, each and every enterprise or each and every organization differs from each other. One may be your production house, one may be your service house, so the management of the different organization differs. So there should be a proper knowledge that the organization's good management team that is well efficient and well effective, that only can serve the society, and this all credit goes to a manager with its subordinates and the group activity. So management cannot be said as a proper profession, but yes, somewhat it is lying in between. Okay, so let's come up with the levels of management. So levels of management means that the management is divided into three parts. So just go through the paragraph soon. Okay, so after going through, come up to the first point, the top management. Generally, the management is divided into three levels as per the hierarchy. So hierarchy means your step by step. Okay, one comes after the another gradually. So the three levels of hierarchy of the organization. So the first point comes here, the top management. This top management means that they are lying in the top, they are sitting at the top of the whole management system, where they are referred as your chairman, the chief executive officer, the chief operational officer, the president, the vice president, etc. The top management, they are a group of managers, group of management, where they just deal with the long term problems or the long term dealings of the whole business organization. They are responsible for all the rules, regulations, policies, strategies, goal, objectives, and the everything that the business will follow, will have to plan up according to them. So these are all followed, these are all formulated by the top management. Okay, for example, the chief finance officer, vice president of the marketing, their basic task is to know about the whole scenario of the market, and then they just have to think with the various brainstorming that how the business can flourish in their own competitive world. So they are the one who just make up the proper rules, regulations, policies, and hence they pass it to the second level of the management. So the second level of the management, see, these top level managers, they are responsible for the welfare of the business, the survival of the business, the growth of the business. They will just go on analyzing the various other environments, the macro environment, the micro environment of the business, how the business will grow up, what is good, what is bad for the business, everything they will just think and think and think, and they will come into a conclusion that which plan or which policies are to be given so that the business can develop in their own field. Okay, so they are responsible for the every pros and cons of the business, because they are only the one who are leading the whole management system. Okay, and hence their job is a bit complex than the other two levels, because with their decision, with their policies, rules, and their strategies only, the whole system will go on, and they will go on performing their task as per their knowledge and as per their rules and regulations. Okay, so if anything goes wrong, they will be the only responsible one, and if everything goes well, so it is the name and fame of the top level management. Then comes the point number 2, middle level management. So middle level management is known as the link between the top and the lower level managers. They are usually the subordinate of the top managements and the superior to the first line managers or the lower level managers. So they are usually known as the divisional heads, such as your let me give an example. There are five divisions. One is accounts division, the finance, the marketing, the management, and the other one is your human resource or the staffing department. So each department, they need to have the proper leader or the managers, isn't it? So for this proper leaders and the managers, they are known as the middle level management. So what is their task? Their task is basically getting the plans, strategies, or getting the proper knowledge from the top level management, and then passing it to the lower level management with proper plan as included in their own department. Every department, after getting the proper knowledge and the proper documents from the top management, the agenda, then they will plan accordingly as per their own departments. See, all the departments, they have the different planning, different motivating characteristics, isn't it? And they will plan accordingly as per their department, and they will just uh, pass it to the next level so that they can formulate their plan, and the next level, the lower level, can just go through with the plan and can work accordingly. So the first point is that they, for this, they need to interpret. See, point number 1, sub point, interpret the policies framed by the top management. That means they have to work according to the framing of the top management. Point number 2, ensure that the department has a necessary personnel. That means what? Their department is having the right number of employees. Personnel means employees. Okay, so their department is having a perfect number of employees with which they can work properly. Then point number 3, assign necessary duties and responsibilities to them. Them means the middle level manager's subordinate. Okay, that means the person working under the middle level management. So they will be given the proper duties and responsibilities, how to work, when to work, with which qualifications they are to work, etc, etc. Then the point number 4 is that how to motivate them, because see, the generally some of the employees are having a lethargic nature, isn't it? So how to motivate them to get the work done in both effectively and efficiently, it is the duty of the managers. Then comes your proper cooperations among the other departments, so that there should be a smooth functioning in the organization. At the same time, they are responsible and are accountable to the top management. Then comes your supervisory or operational management. Here comes your foreman. That means the lower level managers which are directly related to the workers. So they will just manage the workers who are working below them. So they will manage the time, the scientific ways that how to work with which raw materials they should work properly, and what are the machines they are working, how the methods, the plans, various things they will go on, and hence they will go on with the production house or the services if it in case of the service industry. So this is what the functions of the lower level manager lies. So let us come sum it up for today over here. Thank you.